All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Alchemy Podcast. I'm your host, Doug Cartwright, and we are on a cancer streak, back-to-back cancer podcasts. Obviously, a lot of you guys know about my recent diagnosis. And I'm here with Josh Hardman. Welcome to the podcast, Josh.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I was blown away when I heard your story because it's basically exactly the same thing I went through.
Yeah.
But you were 1 month earlier.
Yeah, 1 month. Yeah, one month earlier. It's like looking in a mirror.
It's crazy. And so you got your pathology report, and you're grade 4 too, right?
Yeah.
Grade 4 glioblastoma.
Yep.
Same
thing.
We got the exact same cancer. So I'm curious, it's just once you have that experience, you're kind of like in a whole new community.
Yeah.
But I'm curious from my perspective, I know we chatted briefly on Zoom. Walk us through, when did this start for you? What were your symptoms? What was going on in your head into the hospital and the surgery? Kind of walk us through that scenario for us.
Yeah. So I think mine was, it was a little less obvious for me. So I had like some migraines, more headaches, some fatigue, but I was also working around the clock, working on my startup. And it's easy to just kind of write things off. Like, I was just too much stress. I mean, I was living off of energy drinks to kind of get by. So I'm like, of course I'm gonna get more migraines. But I did get pretty sick kind of the weeks leading up to this.
Is this February this year?
Yeah. February 16th is kind of when it all went down. My son got sick, so he was throwing up. So I started throwing up and just figured I had the flu. But it just wouldn't go away, and I couldn't keep anything down. Like, the headaches were killing me. I started getting like muscle spasms in my neck, which I thought was weird, but I have lower back issues. So I've had muscle spasms there before too. So I was like, I don't know, I've put my body through so much over the years. I was Cosmo back at BYU. So I've always been.
You were Cosmo?
Yeah.
No. What years were you Cosmo?
So I graduated in 2015.
Yeah.
So I think it was 12 through 15.
Yeah.
So I've always been into extreme sports, and anyone who knows me just, that's what I do. So I try to push the limits. So I just figured it was just kind of neck strain, neck pain. Yeah, I ended up checking in. My wife convinced me to check into the emergency room. She's kind of health anxious.
Yeah. So when the night you went to the ER, were you like, what was your pain level?
It was the morning. So I got feeling better. We went up to the Grand America Hotel as a family, and we watched that movie as a family. And then like the movie.
What movie?
So there was I don't know what it was called, but it was just like a family movie that we watched. But there was a movie that auto played after that, and it was about a college basketball or high school basketball player that just like passed out, and he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And my wife's eyes are just like, wow. She's really health anxious. So I'm trying to talk her down, like, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But the next morning I started throwing up again, and she was just concerned by that. And she's like, we're going to the ER. Like, all right.
So you guys went down to what you
Utah Valley Hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they did all the routine checks, and like, it looks good. I'm like, I don't feel good. I can't keep anything down. I was in so much pain. Pain level was it was up there. I was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd say like an 8 or 9. And she asked for a CT scan, and they're like, that's not really a standard procedure, but we'll do it anyways.
Isn't that crazy how they're just like, they fight against it?
Yeah.
When I went to the ER, they were the same way. They said, my mom was with me because I was the same way. I was throwing up.
Yeah.
I had to wear an eye mask because my migraine was so intense.
Yeah.
And I'm like moaning in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, we need to scan his brain. And the doctor said, well, if that'll make you feel better, we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. So he was a little hesitant. They do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a pretty high pain tolerance in general. But I was feeling it. And so they did the CT scan, and they came back, and they're like, how did you know? How did you know to ask for that? And they put the scan up, and it's like, sure enough, I had a Lyme-sized tumor in the back right side of my head. And I said, we got to get you in for emergency surgery today.
What was it? What was your response to that? Like, when you see brain tumor for you, how was that for you and your wife?
Me and my wife process things very differently, but my wife was just immediately devastated, and she's crying. She called our good friends. They came over. I saw that. I just went blank. just kind of in shock. I don't know. My response was, I'm toast, you know?
So that's interesting. So you knew that it was pretty serious.
As soon as I saw the scan, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think it would be operable.
Yeah.
I guess that was my initial reaction, is like, it's probably inoperable and I'm probably toast.
Wow.
But
how did you reconcile with that? Was that like,
it's just kind of one of those moments. It's like, well, there's nothing I can do. I always like, my processing is like delayed.
mm-hmm.
So my wife feels things immediately, and I always take like, I'll take weeks before it actually catches up with me.
Yeah.
So I can roll with stress really well. I deal with stressful situations kind of in the moment. Then they catch up with me later.
Yeah. Because interesting for me, I mean, maybe I'm just not that educated, but like I saw the brain tumor, like, oh, they'll just take it out and I'll be fine. I didn't even think. And then I was like, oh, wait, it wasn't until later. I'm like, oh, wait, that's cancer. Like I have cancer.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about cancer at the time.
I was the same way. I'm like, oh, they'll just pull it out and this is a freak thing and I'll be fine. It kind of sucks, but we're good.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, and then later I'm like, oh, wait, that means that I have cancer cells in my brain and that it's going to come back. So I was the same way. I was a little delayed. Initially I was like, this sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I think a couple of days later, it hit me. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is going to change my life forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like the cancer part didn't really come into play until like well after surgery.
Yeah.
Like they would tell me like, hey, we're doing like biopsy or like, all the prognosis stuff. Like we're doing the genetic testing. But in my head, I was like, oh, I'll be good. I'll heal, I'll beat it. But it didn't really hit until I finally got back like full pathology.
Yeah.
Like it was just bad news after bad news. It took them about a month to get everything to us.
Yeah.
But finally ran that through AI and everything. I was like, oh man, this is a big deal.
It's dire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like the most aggressive form of brain cancer.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I remember reading that. It's like, because we have the same diagnosis. I'm just like, oh, wow, I have grade 4 glioblastoma, the most deadly brain cancer there is.
Yeah.
And I remember on ChatGPT, and I was driving home with my mom after the pathology report, and I'm looking at ChatGPT and I'm like, life expectancy 12 months. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? And I was just stunned. I was stunned. Yeah. I'm curious, so going back, because I do want to get into kind of what does this all mean, kind of the spiritual piece of it, kind of the perception of it. But getting back into the details, talk to us about how did your surgery go? What was that like for you?
So the surgery, man, I was like mostly out of it at this point. Like I was so dehydrated.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me eat anything. So like I hadn't eaten in, I don't know how long, but they were getting me ready for surgery and I like passed out in the bathroom.
Come on.
Like my wife, like she had like picked me up. She's like, "You just pass out?" Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like mostly not there.
Were you drugged up?
No, they didn't give me anything.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just remember getting wheeled off to the operating room. They gave me anesthesia and I like breathed in a few times and then it stopped. I was like, hey, your mask thing's not working. Because I guess they dose it. So it makes sense in retrospect. But they wheeled me off to surgery. I guess I signed some consent form that was like, hey, liability waiver.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
I don't remember doing that, but
do you remember, like, I don't know if you call them like dreams, or like, did you have like a dream while you were in surgery?
Yeah. So I call it a near-death experience. It wasn't a clinical near-death experience, but I had the most amazing experience of my life during surgery. So I remember getting wheeled off to the operating room, and then it's just like a blackout. But I woke up, but I wasn't me. I was just this infinite awareness or presence. I was in this infinite void, but at the same time, I filled the entire space. Time wasn't a thing. It was just peace and love. It's like that's all there is. And I had no sense of Josh, which I thought was really interesting looking back on this. But there like appeared in front of me this like wheel that had slides of different people's lives on it. and it was all like playing right in front of me all at the same time. And I recognized all of those lives as my own.
Wow. Like a past life reincarnation thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know the specifics of them. I just know that they were personal to me.
Wow.
They weren't other people's lives, they were mine.
Have you ever gotten into past life, multiple lives system?
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I totally believe that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And it was such an amazing feeling of just timelessness. There was no scarcity. There was no hurry. I was just there, and I was whole.
Wow.
And one of those slides was a dark room, and I felt like I could go back. I could go into that scene. There was no pressure. So if I wanted to stay, I totally could. And if I wanted to go in, I could. I decided to go into that scene, and I woke up post-surgery, just surrounded by family and friends. And I was just on this spiritual high for 3 weeks after that.
Yeah. Afterglow.
Yeah, just I felt so connected to other people because I didn't see them as other people. I saw them as like everything being connected. I saw God in them and God in me. So it's like, you're seeing yourself in everyone, and that's been beautiful, and that's carried with me.
Wow. Yeah. What do you make that to mean? What does that mean to you? Is that inspiration from God? Was that a crazy thing that happened in the hospital? Like, what do you make that to be?
I've spent the past 3 years doing like a deep dive into spirituality and consciousness. I think you mentioned on kind of a previous episode, you've shared your experience about growing up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I have a very similar experience, and around 3 years ago, really started asking deep questions and wanting to really dig deep spiritually and find answers for myself. And that's opened a lot of doors, and it's been, quite the journey. But this experience really, it made me confirmed many other experiences that I've had leading up to this. And what I've done is kind of deconstructed my faith and taken it down to core principles. And really it is just love and connection. Like, love has no boundaries. And I found that consciousness, like I've experienced different states of consciousness, between like lucid dreaming, having out of body experiences, that they call astral projection, right? So I've had, dozens of out of body experiences. And
did those feel different than your experience in surgery?
Completely different.
Yeah. How are they different?
So the out of body experiences, I was me.
You were Josh.
These are like, they're close to dreams. I'd say it's on that spectrum of having a dream, but I was Josh, and there's like a dream where you can kind of remember, then there's a lucid dream where you're controlling the dream and it's very vivid. And then there's like an out of body experience level where it feels more real than real life. And you wake up going like, what was that?
A little startling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in places that are not physical places.
Yeah.
That felt more real than this.
Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very clearly.
And when you're there, is there like a lesson to learn or an insight you're supposed to gather, or is it kind of randomized?
For me, they've been totally random, which is weird.
Why do you think you have them?
I think because I was seeking them. It was just a different mode of consciousness. I didn't have a physical body. I was in a spiritual or a dream body, but it felt so real. Like I remember in one of those experiences, I was walking around this building and I could hear my footsteps so clearly. And I wanted to speak to someone and see if, someone was there. And I was afraid to talk because I recognized that I didn't have a physical body and I didn't know what it would sound like to talk.
Wow.
Like, I was that conscious and aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
And I got up the courage to finally speak, and I could hear my voice come out, but there was no vibration because I didn't have vocal cords.
Whoa. Bizarre.
And really, really bizarre.
Yeah.
You know.
So it seems like a lot of these were kind of leading up, that maybe you were able to navigate call it a near-death experience more efficiently because you had experience in maybe some of these other spaces, so they didn't startle you.
Yeah. Yeah. And the most amazing part through all of this is just I've been asking the question, who am I? For years, and each of these experiences shines a new perspective on that question.
Yeah.
Because I'm clearly not just me and my problems. I'm not me and my body, because I've experienced not having a body. And I've experienced not even being me.
Yeah. How would you answer that question today?
Of who am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say there are two sides of who I am. There's the infinite part of me that is one with God. There is no separation. It is God in me. And then there's the me that, lives on this earth, that has Josh's problems and goals. The ego side of me.
Yeah.
Right? There's my mind and there's my heart. So I am both of them.
Yeah.
Or really the union of both of them.
Yeah.
And that has brought me so much peace working through this experience. And so much of what you have said has resonated with me, because I'm like, that's exactly how I see it.
Yeah.
This experience is absolutely tragic, for both of us. And at the same time, there's the infinite side of me that says, this is perfect.
Yep.
This is exactly how it's supposed to be. And there's so much beauty in it. And so much love. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a devastating thing, and you go through the swings, and I'm sure you feel the swings. One thing that's different about us is you have a family. I look back at my life and I'm like, oh, it makes sense why I didn't marry any of my ex-girlfriends, but I can't imagine what it's like to go through this with a wife and kids. I'm curious, when you shared that story of your NDE with your wife, what was her response to that?
It's a little blurry, I think, because I was like piecing it together following. So when I woke up, I was surrounded by family and friends, and I just looked into my friend's eyes as his sister committed suicide last year.
Mm.
And I grabbed his hand and looked him in the eyes, and I said, dude, your sister's here. Like, there is nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
She's right here with us.
Beautiful.
And I started looking around the room, and I was just so excited to be alive. I immediately recognized, like, this is the bonus round. Like, I could easily not be here right now.
Yeah.
But I'm here. And I just looked around, I started hyping everyone up. I was like, dude, this is going to be the best year of your life. Like, it's the year of the fire horse.
Yeah.
And people are just so confused. Like, this guy is so happy.
He's high.
Yeah.
He's on drugs.
He's on drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when I shared it with my wife, I mean, she's heard a lot of my crazy stories over the years, and I think it resonates with her too. Yeah, she's been on this spiritual journey, along with me. So it's prepared both of us for what we're going through.
Yeah. On our Zoom call, and I know there was, you talk about this with, I'll use the word almost reverence, but you explored your cancer with psilocybin mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right. Share more about that story.
Yeah. So, I was trying to decide what treatment options to pursue. That's a heavy question.
Yeah.
And
everyone's got an opinion.
Everyone has an opinion.
And
but
a cure.
Yeah. So everyone's sending you information. So it's overwhelming, and all of it's coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
So you're just like, send it to me, Yeah.
And by the way, people send me stuff all the time, and I'm so appreciative.
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative because it means they're thinking about you. And
Yeah.
they love you. And so I totally appreciate when people send me stuff. but you read everything, it's like, if you pat your head and jump up and down and lick this tree bark, it'll cure your cancer. I'm like, okay, could be. you know? So I'm sure you're getting blown up on all that too.
Yeah. It's so overwhelming.
Yeah, it is very overwhelming. I get stuff every day still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I set up an AI with Claude, so it has all of my context, my genetics, blood tests, everything. Cool. And so I run every suggestion through and try and see what the best options are for.
It's a good idea. Actually, I need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to do that for sure.
Yeah, I've been relying a lot on AI. I'm just a software dev.
Yeah.
Like, that's my background, so it's my go-to.
Perfect for you. And I was thinking too, like, for me, ChatGPT, I'm like, oh, this is what it was made for.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's like I throw in I just put in my pathology report. I'm like, read this to me.
Yeah.
Right. What treatments would be best for me? Where in the country are the best clinical trials for my tumor?
Yeah.
And it's just like here. I'm like, wow. And here's their email, and I'll craft you an email. And I'm just like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's really nice having access to all of that.
Yeah.
I use it to build out a nutrition tracking app for myself too.
Incredible.
And
I need to connect you with someone. So Mark Hyman is an acquaintance. We have mutual friends. And I reached out to him. He's a big doctor on Instagram. And I said, hey, I've got grade 4 glioblastoma. I need help, nutrition, diet help, any protocols. My oncologist wasn't that helpful. And he recommended this woman named Jean who lives in Idaho. I literally I was on the phone with her when I saw you walking in. And she's like, I've been studying glioblastoma for 30 years, right? And based upon your data, there's certain diets that should work. He's like, most people will probably encourage you to do keto, but depending upon your DNA makeup, it might not be best for you. Like, and she's like, we're going to track your diet, your sleep, your markers, your everything. I'll connect you with her.
Cool.
And she's like, I'll get you a whole plan, a diet plan, a lifestyle plan, a sleep plan.
Love it.
She's like, my best friend had glioblastoma, he was given 9 months, lived for 23 years,
I love hearing that.
I love hearing stuff like that.
Like the victory stories.
So many great victory stories, right? And so I'll connect you with her, but she's been amazing. There's been so many great resources. Cool. But looping back, I want to hear about the mushroom story.
Yeah. Looking into different treatment options.
Yeah.
And just overwhelmed with all the information. Yep. Like there's like kind of like the holistic path where you can, there's like diet, there's tree bark, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Juicing,
Yeah. And there's the traditional path, which is chemo and radiation. Like that's the best technology that we have to fight cancer, is radiation that causes cancer. But I'm like, what do I do here? So it was like a very reverent decision, not something I took lightly, but I've done a lot of research on psychedelics. And if you set kind of the bias aside, I think there's tremendous potential. It's shown to help with anxiety and depression. And I've explored various states of consciousness. So it was kind of calling me. And when I had that experience, I had a very powerful spiritual experience through that. And it really solidified in my mind what my decision was. And it was interesting because I went into this experience thinking that I was going to go the holistic route and just live my life to the fullest. And I came out of a mushroom trip knowing that I was going to do radiation and chemo.
Wow.
And holistic.
Do
and
both.
Hit it with everything that I can.
How did you come to that conclusion in the ceremony?
In my experience, it had two parts. I feel like there's always two sides to everything. The first half of this was the infinite expansive part, where I completely lost my sense of self and was just held by God.
Wow.
Just embraced by a feminine love, like a heavenly mother, and just felt infinite love and compassion for what I was going through. And it was so beautiful. Like I really can't put it into words. I just totally botch it anytime I try to. But the love that I felt was the most love I've ever felt, times 1,000. I didn't know it was possible to feel that much love. And I went into the experience, wanting to know what to do. And I could feel, the mushrooms, I guess, if you will, like talking to me. And she said to me, like my child, like, I have nothing to teach you because all you are is love. And you'll make a decision out of love. Like, that's all there is. Like, you can't go wrong. The second half of this experience was me remembering I was human and reliving the emotions of, I touched my head and I'm like, is this real? Am I hallucinating this? Like, I had no idea what was real. And I looked my wife in the eyes and I was like, I don't know what's real. I need you to tell me, like, do I have grade 4 glioblastoma? And she starts crying and she's like, yeah, you do. And I just said, it's okay. But man, dude, the next 4 hours it was just me crying like I've never cried.
Yeah.
Just sobbing. But I told my wife, like, I will do everything until my dying breath for you and our kids. Like, I'll do everything I can. And so I just knew, like, that meant bringing the best of both worlds, of Western medicine, the statistics and the numbers and everything that we can throw at it analytically, and everything from the holistic side. Just build my own protocol.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing.
And what does your protocol look like now? I'm actually genuinely curious to hear.
So I'm doing everything that Huntsman has recommended, which is concurrent.
And you're working with Coleman?
I'm working with Mendez.
Mendez, cool.
Yeah. I hear Coleman is great.
Yep. I had a meeting with Coleman, Dr. Coleman last week.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm doing concurrent radiation and chemo. And on top of that, on the holistic side,
Are you doing the clinical trials up there?
I've looked at them. I haven't signed up for any of them yet.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. I would love to, especially if they could actually give me what they're saying they could. But a lot of them are placebo trials.
Double blind. Yeah.
Double blind. So you don't know what you're going to get.
You might get it, you might not. That's why I don't love it either.
Like,
I don't think
it might make you worse.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do my treatments in Utah.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And Huntsman is great.
Huntsman is great.
Access to some.
It's one of the best cancer centers in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, like the clinical trials.
Yeah.
But in addition to radiation and chemo, I'm doing a therapy grade keto diet.
Uh-huh.
So that involves, there's like normal keto, but then you can go above and beyond, just like the fat ratio. I'm eating all organic foods, no seed oils, like over the top, just careful about what I'm putting in my body. I'm also doing hyperbaric oxygen. I just did a first session of that today.
And are you doing those sessions before radiation?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that was my recommendation, was do a 90-minute hyperbaric before.
It's
radiation.
It's hard to schedule and like get access to it.
I've got a great contact but it's in Salt Lake, but it's the hard shell.
Yeah.
I did one on Saturday.
Yeah. We've seen so many, miracles through this whole experience. And one of them was that we got this approved through insurance.
Amazing.
And the radiation oncology department's right next to hyperbarics at Utah Valley.
Perfect.
I'm like,
perfect.
You could not ask for a better setup here.
Yeah.
So doing that. And then we've got a long list of other things that we're going to do, and try not to overwhelm my body all at once.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm sure you're like me in the sense of like, you've seen miracles happen.
Yeah.
Right. As devastating and as tragic as getting diagnosed with brain cancer is.
Yeah. There's
probably been a lot of miracles and synchronicities along the way that give you just a moment of grace.
Yeah.
What have those been for you? It sounds like the hyperbaric being next to radiation, there's one.
Yeah.
What other mercies, I guess you would say, have you seen?
I'd say the fact that we're both here fully functional after surgery.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Like we're us, and we have motor function. And that was a huge miracle.
Yeah, it was a fear. Yeah, I was scared. I'm like, am I going to get out of this and not be able to speak?
Yeah. They said they were worried about motor function on the left side of my body and my ability to speak. And within a pretty short time frame, I came out of surgery and I was talking to the doctor about AI.
Yeah.
and I can't remember what the timeline was, but it was just a couple of days that I was there. I mean, I passed all the physical therapy stuff really quickly, and they set me on my way and made a full recovery at home. So, I mean, that was a miracle.
Did it ever feel like, I always say this, I'm like, it feels like someone dropped a nuclear bomb in my head. I always felt that. Like, I just have the last couple of days, I'm like, my head hurt so bad from the scar. Like my head's still numb. Is yours still numb?
Yeah.
Yeah. My whole right side of my head is still numb right here. And I'm like, first couple of days, I'm like, it feels like someone dropped a nuke in my brain.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Just from like inflammation and
stuff. And it just felt, they pulled a huge thing. I mean, they pulled a huge tumor out.
Yeah.
It's just a weird feeling.
Yeah. I think my recovery's been really smooth.
Yeah.
Like there was definitely pain. I came out looking like Hey Arnold, with all the staples. My head's like all crazy, but yeah, I was able to heal really quickly. And like our whole neighborhood is our ward. We had all of our ward support, everybody's praying and fasting, but I would wake up in the middle of the night just so excited for life. I'd like sit up and my wife's like, everything okay? I'm like, I'm just excited to be alive.
Yeah.
And she's like, excited? Like, what are you excited about?
Yeah.
But I could feel so much energy from people's prayers. Like they were doing a fast for us, and I could feel that love. Like there's real energy in that.
1000%. No, my first couple of nights back, I would say, I'd sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. Let's wake up. Like, let's fire it up. I was so juiced. And I'm curious because I don't know if this happened to you, but once I got out of the hospital and I'm outside, like the planet looks different to me. Like there's a tint. There's like a shade of tint that's different. And maybe it's because of my tumor, but it's definitely changed my whole perception on life. Like life is very different for me right now.
Yeah.
And
like in what ways?
For me, it was all of the stupid anxieties have just fallen away.
Yeah.
Like dating, don't care. Don't give two shits about dating. I was always like, I need to get married and date someone. But now like, I'll probably never get married. It's kind of a weird reality, but it's getting none of my attention anymore. And then it's like, oh, how's my love handles? Are they a little too, I'm like, don't care, gone, don't give a shit. And then like money, like business and building my brand. And how do I make, like I was always thinking about how can I make more money? It was just kind of a thought that I had my whole life.
Yeah.
How can I make money here? What about this? How do I get new clients? And it was just kind of always running.
Yep.
Gone, don't care. It's just gone. And, my favorite thing in my life right now is I wake up when the sun's coming up and I sit outside. I did this morning. It was beautiful. This morning was the best because it was so warm. And I sit outside and drink my coffee and I listen to the birds and I watch the sunrise, and there's nothing else happening in my brain. It's just the birds.
Present.
And I'm so present, so much more present. In the past, it was, I'd sit outside and watch the sunrise and drink coffee, but it was also, okay, I've got my to-do list, and then I have this call at this time, and then what about this, and what's going on the stock market, and, check my Instagram,
Yep.
And now I'm just with the birds. I'm just with the birds, and it's great. And so it's been such a gift. And just my whole perception of life is so different.
Yeah.
So different. I'm sure you felt this too, but, I had a lot of support in the hospital, a lot of texts you get, and your phone probably blew up, and
yeah,
I'm just like, man, it really is all about relationships.
It is. Yeah. That's exactly what I felt. I came out, when I came out of surgery, the first thing on my mind wasn't like, oh, how am I going to, how am I going to sell this product, or how am I going to build this company? It was just all about the people that I love. It's just like I was speaking from my heart.
Yeah.
Usually it's like my mind that's just running the show. But for like 3 weeks after surgery, like that whole window, my soul was in the driver's seat. And it was the most beautiful, like peaceful way to live. It's just about relationships, and it's just about showing people how much you care about them. and recognizing how much people love and care about you. It's so humbling. Yeah. And then around the 3-week mark is when my mind like actually started to catch up after surgery. It's like, hey, so we got to figure this out.
Yeah, we got a big deal. This is a big deal. Yeah.
How do we solve this? And you're just grappling with like something that feels unsolvable. Is hard to come to terms with.
What's it like for you to have a death sentence, basically, right? Like statistically speaking, Josh, we're both going to be dead in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's our statistic.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. We're both going to be dead in a year and a half. That's the reality.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say that. It's funny because I'll tell people that and they get uncomfortable. No, you're going to beat it. No, don't say that. And I'm like, no, that's the reality. I hope not. I'm going to fight like I don't. And whether it's 12 months or 12 days, you're 12 months or 12 years, I'm going down swinging.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope it's not 12 months, but I have to hold that reality.
Right.
That I'm going to be dead in a year.
Yeah.
Because you have to live that way, because if you do die in a year and you've been ignoring it, then you're going to have regrets and people are going to have regrets and you're going to miss out on things. Right. And so I'm curious for you, how do you hold that? How does that land for you? How do you engage with life knowing that?
I'm not afraid of dying because deep down, I know that death isn't real because we're infinite beings.
Yeah. It's a transition.
It's a transition. Yeah. So there's always two sides, right? There's like the spiritual side of me, of my soul, that knows that it's like, what do you mean death? Like, there's no death. You live forever. As a transition. And then there's the ego side of me that was struggling with this. And I've been at peace, I think, with the idea of passing, but it wasn't until that mushroom trip that I did where it forced me to actually confront all of the emotions of the fact that, Josh is temporary.
Yeah.
And that this comes to an end. And that was really, really hard. And I mentioned, like, I cried like I've never cried, like just ugly cry as I faced that. And it wasn't like a fear of dying. It's more about letting go of everything that you thought was so important.
Yeah, you're attached to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many dreams and ambitions. I've always just been wired that way. And so many goals, and like all of those parts of me, I see each one like passing away and mourning that loss. But in its place, what grows is peace. So like I feel at peace the more, I guess the more that I allow myself to feel what needs to be felt, the more peace I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I relate to that. I'm not scared of death. I do have fear around the process of dying. It's like, are all my symptoms going to come back?
Yeah.
I was so sick.
You had more symptoms than I had.
My symptoms were terrible.
Yeah.
The day I went into the hospital on March 25th, I was laying on my sister's bed and I'm like, today's the day I'm going to die. I planned my funeral out. I was so sick for 3 months. The month of February, I probably operated at less than 10% the whole month. That I had to come in. I came in here and did podcasts with people, and for 1 hour, I just have to pull it together. It was the hardest hour of my day.
Wow.
And I had a lot of you didn't have any of the personality stuff, did you?
No, mine's in the back right.
Yeah. Mine was in the front right.
Like one weird vision episode.
Yeah.
Where I was in my living room and I knew stuff was there, but it's like it just vanished and I couldn't see it. It reminded me a lot actually of those out of body experiences that I've had. I was like, I thought it was kind of cool in the moment.
Like, that's cool.
Like, whoa. But I thought I was going to get a crazy headache and didn't. Yeah. So I was really fortunate, I think, on that side.
So mine started personality, where I just would get these waves of deja vu that were spooky, like scary, like we're in a simulation. None of this is real. We got to get out of here. Josh, we have to leave right now because they're coming. Like schizophrenic paranoia.
Wow.
Like crazy.
Wow.
And it would last for a while and go away. And then I felt like I wasn't myself for 3 months. Like my personality was gone.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. And then the migraines hit for me that were just unbearable. Do you have PTSD if you get a headache? I'll get a headache. I'm like, tumor's back. It's
I
the
haven't.
worst. Yeah. Every now and then. It's because I know it's from my incision because my incision is still so painful. But there'll be moments where I'll have a headache throughout the day and I'm like, tumor's back. It's already grew back. Shit. Just like the worst. But
because you had so much pain before.
Yeah, the day I went in, it was awful. But it's the process of, for me, it's the fear of the dying process. Are my symptoms going to come back? Am I going to lose my strength? Am I going to be in hospice with no energy in a bed and high levels of pain for months? And I'm like, that would be awful. Yeah. Like, just send me on my way at that point.
Right.
And so I have fear with that because I don't want to be in pain. But the death itself, there's a part of me that's excited for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be an adventure.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm curious, but I'm also not in a rush to get there.
Whenever it happens, hopefully it's not for 30, 40 years, maybe we can be the outliers here.
Yeah.
But I'm curious from your end, are your kids old enough to understand what's going on?
My oldest is, so our kids are 10, 7, and 5.
Yeah.
And the oldest he's sharp. And we've told all of our kids, we've been very open with them. But dropping the news on my oldest was really tough.
I can't imagine, man.
Yeah. Early on, I told my fam, I would tell people I'm like 1% sad for me and 99% sad for them.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, it's like, I know death is a transition and I'm not afraid of it, but it feels like I'm being forced to take a vacation that I don't want to take. And I'm the provider. And I spent my purpose on this earth is to provide for my family. And I can't do that if I'm not here.
Yeah.
So that's been really hard to come to terms with, but I'm really grateful at the same time that I have this bonus round. I'm back from surgery and I have this time to, figure it out as best I can. But yeah, with my kids, it's been hard. I don't know how else to explain it, but trying to help manage their expectations. So this is what the doctors are saying. Like the same thing that you do when you explain this to people. It's like, statistically, this is how long I have, but here's all the things that we're going to do. And no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. I really want my kids to know that I'm always with them. And my wife, there is nowhere else to go. It is all here.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of my favorite stories from Ram Dass. He's my favorite spiritual teacher. And it's just so crazy. About a year ago at this time, some switch turned on me and I got obsessed with Ram Dass.
Yeah.
And I would listen to his lectures for 2 or 3 hours a day. It was always on.
Yeah.
And he has a whole lecture series on the dying process and aging.
Yeah.
And I would listen to him multiple times. And then I'd start meditating on my death. And I'm just I'm so no wonder I got obsessed. My journey through brain cancer is significantly smoother.
Yeah.
Because of my studies with Ram Dass.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for it. But Ram Dass talks about that there's an ancient guru named Ramana Maharshi, really high being in India, and had a ashram and followers and really, really high enlightened being. And he got cancer and he was on his deathbed and his devotees came to him. They're like, we're so sad. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. You can't leave us.
Yeah.
And he says, where am I to go? I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I'm just shedding my body. I'll always be with you.
Yep.
And I love that. And I'm just I feel that. I know you had a really spiritual experience in surgery. I had a really spiritual experience post-surgery. Middle of the night, I'm asleep. And my dad passed away in 2011 from colon cancer. And my dad wakes me up in my dream. And I'm talking to my dad. And initially it was my dad, and my best friend, Scotty, his mom died a couple years ago from cancer as well. And it's my dad and my dad and Andy, initially in the dream. And the first thing they said is, hey, we just know that all the logistics have been taken care of. We got you here when you needed to get here. Like, it's all been taken care of. And then Andy kind of went away, and then it was just me and my dad. And he was just like, hey, I've always been with you. I'm always here to help you.
Yeah.
And he had this clipboard, and he had a clipboard for all of my siblings and my mom, and he had a to-do list, and his job is just to help my siblings and my mom. And he just said, hey, this is all on purpose. This isn't a mistake. God is divinely and intentionally involved in every part of your life. And it ties in with my spiritual beliefs that I believe the earth is a spiritual school where souls come to evolve.
Yeah.
And that every obstacle and trial that's placed in front of you is exactly what you need to grow and evolve for the eternal progression. And so it's like, it's all on purpose. God doesn't make mistakes, and that this is happening for your evolution and growth. And he said, don't waste a single ounce of energy feeling anxious or worried about the situation. And then I woke up and I was like, whoa. And I'm a spiritual guy. I've done a lot of plant medicine.
Yeah.
Almost never do I have experiences with my dad. And I was always kind of like, why do I not have experiences with my dad? He doesn't show up in plant medicine, not in dreams. And this was kind of the first real spiritual experience I had with him. But it was just like this reminder that like, it's all on purpose. Don't worry about it, because I don't have I don't have insurance, and so my head's like, I just literally got a message right before I walked in that just my radiation is going to cost me $205K, just radiation. And I'm just like, man, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. But I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's going to take care of it, and we're really lucky to have a great network and community and support system, and people have been helping out. And I'm just really living by that idea that he shared with me of just don't waste any energy being worried about this, because it's all going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And it's been such a blessing for me. And so I'm curious for you, Josh, how what are you said you're excited about life, you're fired up.
Yeah.
Now that we both have these terminal diagnoses.
Yeah.
I'm curious from your perspective, what are you looking forward to moving forward?
Yeah, I'm just so excited to connect with people, like on a level I've never felt before. Like, there's nothing I enjoy more than just like hopping on the phone with someone that I haven't talked to in a long time. And like the conversation starts out like, how's your battle with cancer? But it quickly turns into like I want to know about them. Like what's on your mind? Like, I just love people, and I want to, like, I spend a lot of time with my family. Like we're taking all those vacations that we postponed because I've been working so hard. Like, let's go take the vacations.
Where are you guys going?
We're going to Hawaii.
Fun.
Once we get through radiation, going to Portland this next week for our anniversary. And I just want to go make as many amazing memories as we can. Like, this is such a special time to be with my kids, and I want to make the biggest impact in their lives that I can. Like we're in a very unique situation, and it is an amazing opportunity to kind of help people, because we can provide a unique perspective on life. And I think that's a huge blessing.
Amazing. Well, brother, I'm honored and grateful to have someone to go with me on this journey. Obviously not ideal. We would never choose this. But now that we're here, I feel really grateful and blessed.
Yeah, same.
To have someone else. When I heard about your story, I was like blown away. I'm like, no way. Because I've never heard of anyone having this. Like emergency brain surgery, grade 4 glioblastoma. It's like so rare.
Yeah.
So to have our situations happen so close together, and, being in the same state and similar network, doesn't feel like an accident. So
right.
I'm honored and grateful to do this with you, brother.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, man. It's been
Thank
an
you.
honor. I'm sure this won't be our last one.
Yeah.
I know we've got a lot of hills to climb in our future, and so I'll be cheering for you.
Yeah. Likewise, man.
All right, brother.